Hello Capricorn, and welcome to my channel, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a career and work reading for Capricorn from the 20th of August to the 3rd of September 2018. Don't forget to watch your moon and rising signs for a more complete picture. The deck I'm using I put down in the description box, and if you would like a personal reading, I also put the details in the description box. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and leave some comments if this reading resonates with you. So I'm just going to draw cards for the general energies, and then I will do the general tarot reading after that. So the first card is a need to save some money. There's a lot of success and recognition coming to you, but you do need to save some money, and you've been very stressed out. Maybe there are some deadlines that you have been needing to meet, and so that has stressed you out. So a need to save some money, but success and recognition are coming to you. So in the past, you've needed to act with some power and authority and confidence and delegate duties because you might have been very, very overwhelmed with whatever's going on around you. And you've been acting with that and managing to delegate duties so that you are not so overwhelmed. And going into the future, you've got balance your life, center yourself, and a recovery from loss. So you need to find some sort of balance within your life. You need to save some money, and you are getting over whatever loss you have been through financially. But there's still a lot of stress and deadlines going on around you, but success and recognition coming in for you. So you need to delegate and acting with power and confidence, and balance and center your life so that you don't feel so overwhelmed. But definitely you need to save some money. Okay, so I'm going to just draw do the general tarot reading. So I have shuffled this deck. I'm just going to cut it. So the general energies of this reading is just feeling very restless, wanting to do something but feeling very restricted and not able to do it. It seems like you might need more training, more skills to do the job. You don't have that at this particular moment, but you want to rush into it, and somebody's telling you no, you need to really get retrained, or you might need more skills, more education to do that particular job, and more learning going into that. So you are feeling very, very restricted. You want to do something, but you're being held back at this particular moment until you get better, more experience within that job. And I think that's very frustrating. That is definitely making you quite frustrated, because you do want to just dive in there and do it, but people are saying no, you're not ready for it at this particular moment, and you're feeling very negative at this moment. With the shadow card coming in as a major arcana, you feel like you're working and nobody's recognizing your efforts. You do feel like you're chained to the job, but nobody is seeing you or giving you that rewards and recognition that you want, and you feel you're just doing things on a daily basis without anybody seeing it, and you're feeling very, very miserable. You feel like you're in the dark about a lot of things, and you are chained to this job, and it's just maybe sucking the life out of you. That's how you're feeling, and that you're just one of the crowd and nobody sees you personally for all the good things that you're doing. With the two, which is the High Priestess, it looks like you are going to need some sort of further training, some sort of further education regarding your job. So you're going to need to brush up on your skills, or you're going to need to increase your skill base. And it looks like you're going to have to do that in order for you to achieve anything and get out of the position where you're just one of the workers, faceless worker, so that you make some sort of impression. You're going to have to improve your skill set. In the past, you've had, something you've celebrated, maybe having a new job, maybe a project going out, But after that, it seems like things have gotten rather chaotic around you, and you're being a bit irrational in what you're doing. You're not thinking quite straight. There doesn't seem to be much of a direction. It seems like you're not following any of the rules that people are setting for you, and there's a lot of chaos and arguments and fighting and things going on around you. And you're trying to take control, but things seem to be a bit out of control, upside down. Things are not going the way that you wanted to in this last 3 months, and that is probably why you are considering going back into learning. So maybe whatever job you're doing, you don't have enough information to actually handle it, and you are planning on going back into learning and going back into studying. So it seems like that is very, very high on the cards with this High Priestess card as well. There's evaluation also coming in. People are assessing your work and deciding whether or not it's good enough, or whether or not you're good enough for this particular job. It seems like maybe this is going to be something where they're all looking at your work and deciding whether or not it's going to be good, and whether or not your whatever you've done is good enough to have an increase, a pay rise, a promotion. You yourself are trying to move forward. So you've got the Chariot card over here. You're knocking down all obstacles, and you're willing to give everything to get to where you want to go. So you're knocking down barriers, and you want to get to your achievements, to your goals. You've got restriction with this card, and it's showing that you are a bit confused, not really knowing where to go, what to do, being really blocked, very hemmed in. Trying to make a decision, but don't have all the facts, and don't really have anybody trying to give you any advice, and you really don't know how to sort this problem out. So you already seem to be working in the dark, and it's frustrating you. So you're very dissatisfied and upset about it. Maybe you feel like you just want to throw in the towel and just move on to something else, and just give it all up and go on. That might not be the best solution. Something will have to be, this is the card of sacrifice, so you will have to put in a lot of hard work and a lot of energy, so some sort of sacrifice needing to be made in order for you to achieve your goals. There are people there to help you get through this, but you will have to give up something in order for you to get something. So you might have to give up your time and go ahead and do the studying, because if that is the way forward, and everybody advises you that that is the way forward, and you seem to know that doing extra studying or some sort of higher education thing is going to get you through, then that is the sacrifice that you are going to have to make. And so that you don't feel so overwhelmed. Maybe whatever you're doing is making you feel very, very overwhelmed because you don't have sufficient information to get through it, or you don't have sufficient skills to get through it. So you're not showing your leadership skills, and maybe whatever studying or higher education you do will give you that extra education, and it will actually make you give you that extra edge over people, so that you can become a better leader and not be so overwhelmed by everything. So you're going to have to make some sort of choice, and you're going to have to consider everything very carefully. Do it one step at a time, and be very, very logical about what you're doing. This choice is coming in, and it is for the better, but it is the only way that you can get forward, by doing it one step at a time. So you're going to have to do it one step at a time, do it, and be very logical, and you're going to have very good time management as well, and choose a direction that you want to go and follow it slowly. So whatever you do is not going to come overnight. It's going to require a lot of hard work. This might not be an option about leaving things and going away. It might not be an option for you. So you might have to go back into studying, and rushing into things is not the solution either. So you will need to be trained properly to do the job, so that you're not completely overwhelmed and there's not so much of chaos going on around you. So there is a lot of, this cycle is over about feeling chaotic. You will have to make some sort of sacrifice, and that might be sacrificing your time so that you can do these extra courses or studying, or, sacrificing something so that you can end the cycle of being overwhelmed. And you have to be very, very sure about how you manage your time, and be very, very logical, and it's got to be taken one step at a time. So take it one step at a time. Don't be overwhelmed by the things that come your way, and you might need to if you're planning on doing some sort of higher education course that improves your position in your job, then that is the way that you should be going. So I'm just drawing 3 cards here. So the first card is the Justice card, and it says time to take a review of the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. So you have to review everything that is going on around you and look at all the details very, very carefully. Find the balance of things, and ask for help from others with the 10 of Spring, which says all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. So you're taking on too much and you're not able to cope with it, and I suppose that is why you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. Don't rush in to take in responsibilities. That is not the way to go, because it will just overwhelm you and bring more confusion, and you need to ask for help from others. You need to delegate. And the last one is the 8 of Summer, which says a desire for more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make a major life changes. So you might be thinking of moving on with this dissatisfaction card, and you want to find a more meaningful life. But you have to weigh the pros and the cons of whatever you're doing. Sit down, make a list about whether or not leaving this particular job is going to be beneficial for you. If it's not, then you've got to take things one step at a time and do things slowly. And take those extra courses or extra higher education, extra learning skills, and that will get you out, because at the moment you really don't know which way you're going, and this doesn't seem to be the right time to make big decisions, even though you want to get through things very fast and bulldoze your way into advancement. It seems like you've got to take things really, really slowly and take them one step at a time. And there are choices to be made, so make sure that you're thinking very logically and not just following your emotions. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. So make your choices and your decisions based on logic rather than emotions. So I hope that this reading has helped. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if it has, and leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.